has to go down more. It has to clean up more. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
Ready?
yep. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, BuffyBot. If you're a Buffy fan like me, you probably heard whispers, no screams, about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival. In today's live, we're deep diving into what we know, what we think we know, and what we're hoping for the return of the Slayer. So welcome back again, everybody. I'm Peter.
I'm Alex.
I'm Robbie.
And we're the Vampire Slayers.
So Alex, tell them a little bit about what got you into Buffy, what Buffy character you are.
All right. So I love Buffy from the movie that they made with Kristen Swanson.
I'm gonna go see if they can see us.
I've always been in love with Buffy. I love strong female characters. I am Buffy, and Summers, and has always been my favorite. Yeah.
Okay, so again, I'm Peter. I was a little late on watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I actually didn't start watching it till 2004, 2005, I think. So the series had already ended, but ever since I did get into it, I now watch at least a couple episodes every week. It's definitely my comfort show, and I am Buffy, Faith, and Glory.
All mixed together.
And I got into Buffy with the movie, like Alex said. Then I started late. I'd say about middle school. Started watching reruns, and then caught up gradually with that. Of course, I love Buffy, but I think I got identified more with Will as a character. And I love the show, the supernatural, and the storyline. Great.
Okay, so we need to adjust the camera because they definitely cannot see us from here. Yeah, we're too far, and I think because the sun is behind us. Let me see. Why don't we try putting it there, and we come over here?
Okay.
Or we might still be too far, but let's just try it. All right, if you want, you can go to the next thing. Let them know what we're going to talk about today. Even I guess I have the mic on, so I'm a little bit away. Let me see. This is a million times better. Except,
For my bag.
I'm gonna need something, I think. Hold on. Okay, you guys, hang on. Getting it together. Okay, I can see you, Alex. That's good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Robbie, come in more.
More that way.
I don't want to go too far that way because the rock is not solid back here.
Okay.
So anyway, you guys, sorry for that inconvenience, but yeah, so today we're going to be talking about everything that we know about the Buffy revival so far, as well as some old stuff about Buffy, but again, everything we know about the revival, as well as some fan theories, what you guys would like to see, what we'd like to see, who we're hoping comes back, who we're hoping doesn't come back, and, you know, just overall how we think the show will work. So, first up, where's my steak? So first up, everything we know so far. Robbie?
So far, we know that Sarah Michelle Gellar's coming back. They found a new Slayer. Kieran Ryder Armstrong. I think it's cool that she's got the three name thing like Sarah Michelle Gellar. That's
Wow.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, she had talked to Variety and stated she wants this show to be more fun.
Not as dark, right? Not as dark as Buffy got.
How it ended, yeah. And she did say also that she wants to bring back as many characters as she possibly can from the dead one. So that'll be cool to see.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how much that would be cool to see because I really would like it to be canon a little bit. But
Yeah, but it's a world full of magic. They
it's
can.
a world full of magic. But there's just some things that just won't make too much sense. I don't want it to be so much like the comic book or the novels that came after them.
Yeah, I don't want those
because they were just so radical.
But I get what you mean about the deaths. They did have an impact when
They
they
did.
were, you know.
But Anya definitely has to come back.
Yes.
Abercrombie, girl, come on.
What do you guys think about the new Slayer? her being, I guess, the main focus, the main.
I know she was on that Firestarter remake. She was pretty good as an actress. I mean, other than that, I'm not too familiar with her.
I think she was in American Horror Stories or something.
But really,
I didn't see it. It was like 2021, so I'd already stopped watching. She was in something, American Horror Stories or American Horror Story. I'm not sure.
well, like Cordella said, that she really does have an emotional smartness when it comes to her acting. Once I found out her name, I went and like Googled and used some of her things, and like she really does have that strong eye contact, and she looks good while she's crying or screaming. So yeah, that kind of works out for Vampire Slayer.
But I guess more so what I'm asking is, what do you guys feel about there being a new Central Slayer instead of them bringing Buffy back as the Central Slayer? Like,
That's why it's going to be canon, I feel, because like unless Faith dies, how is there going to be another Slayer?
well, all the Slayers, we're getting way too far. All the Slayers are activated, so she could have been activated.
That's why I have to jump back to the keep a little bit true to the story that we had originally.
And honestly, I'm grateful that it's not a complete reboot, and it's like it's still continuous, and Sarah's still in it, even if it's a small role. Like that's a good thing. You know, it's not just a complete reboot.
So nobody's going to answer my question. What do you feel? How do you feel about? It seems like the new Slayer will be the central character. That's what I'm taking it as. How do you feel as Buffy playing a secondary character in a Buffy revival?
I feel like that's how it always will have to be, because Sarah Michelle is not as young as she once was, so they would have had to have been somebody to come and be able to do the certain things that the Slayer can do. And I think that it's still going to work out great. Like
Well,
Sarah,
she's not that old.
well, she's not that old, and she is, she's spry, but it's just a simple fact of the matter. It's going to work out. She would not sign up. She would not. But Willow isn't. Willow isn't for sure.
Okay. Robbie, did you answer the question?
I mean, I'm not like mad about it, but I feel like it's true to the show in that Buffy world, like passing the torch. It's an inevitable thing. The Slayer has to continue, and it can't be the same one forever.
Well, me personally, I'm not super happy about it. I would have liked it to still center around Buffy. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And especially, I'm assuming they're going to go with the name. Still, they may not go with the name. I guess we don't really know.
I don't think it will be.
You don't think it'll be Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Or Slayers or something like that. Yeah.
Quentin Jones. Oh, I know who this is. He wants to know why we're 2 miles away. Because we're either going to be 2 miles away or we're going to have to stand up. Because I didn't bring a better thing to stick the iPad on. So, it's all about what we say, not how close you can see us. Okay. What else? So we know Buffy's confirmed. Willow's not confirmed.
Willow is confirmed because
She's not confirmed. She's just. It seems likely.
Take it out by them doing those commercials.
Yeah, no, I agree. It seems likely, but that's not the same thing as confirmed.
And Willow looks good as shit now. She looks like she's young, just like Buffy, all again.
But not confirmed. We know Chloe Zhao's the director.
Yes.
Um,
She did Wonder Woman? No.
She did the Eternals, which I love. So many people hate the Eternals. I love the Eternals. And she did something else that I can't remember. So if y'all can't remember either, as far as we're concerned, she did the Eternals. Do you think she'll make a good director? I think they also said some possible showrunner.
To make a show like Buffy, you got to be able to love Buffy.
And she did say she loved Buffy.
That was able to convince Sarah Michelle Gellar to
Yep.
do the show.
I think Sarah said they had like 3 years going back and forth, talking ideas. So speaking of that, then of course we know Joss Whedon is confirmed not to take a part in it. And Robbie, me and you talked about this a little bit the other day and left Alex out of it. But what do you guys feel about that? I kind of agree with what you said the other day, which I don't know if you want to let them know now how you felt about it. Or you want me to let them know you want me to tell them how you felt? As far as what I took from it is, although Sarah was Buffy and she played Buffy well, the whole universe, the world was Josh's idea, his creation.
Yeah.
And so it may be really big shoes to fill trying to replace Josh and all of his creative ideas. Even in the musical, I didn't realize, but he wrote all the songs into the musical. He was down that detailed, and so without Josh, which I totally understand why he's not coming back. Um, how do you guys think it'll be? You think it'll still have success? It still has a chance at success?
It's definitely gonna have success. Buffy is an occult. It has an occult following. It is like even after all these years, like we're making videos talking about it.
The fans have gotten a lot, like the fan base.
I just don't want to wait till 20.
We love y'all too. Love you too.
I don't want to wait till 2027 for it. So they need to top. Also, you know who's not going to return? Xander. I don't think.
He does have a twin brother though. They could give him a little.
We talked about that actually. Me and I talked about that too, and you weren't part of that conversation.
Well,
that if Xander didn't return, which most likely Xander won't return.
Also Cordelia.
That did I not say that in the intro? Excuse me. I'm Buffy. I'm Faith. I'm Glory, and I'm Cordelia. His twin brother could possibly do it. I think that's a little bit too far, though. I love Xander. I don't think it's that necessary to have his brother who... Is his brother an actor? Does the brother act? I know he played in an episode, but I didn't know if other than that, he acted.
I think to give him like a little cameo or something.
And using his brother?
Yeah, just a little thing, just to say where he's at,
Even if it's a phone call, like
something small.
Okay. Y'all are getting really off topic. So anything else? What else is confirmed? Have we gone over everything that's definitely been confirmed? There's not a lot confirmed. It's going to be Hulu. I'm pretty sure Hulu's the network.
I did read something that was talking about they're going to go back to Sunnydale. It's about an environmentalist type of situation. I don't know if that's facts or not, but a lot of people have been saying that. Like New Sunnydale has been brought up a lot of times.
Yeah, New Sunnydale. I have seen hashtags of that.
So I don't know if it's confirmed or not,
but it was a whole crater. So how they left it in the crater?
Maybe they filled it up with dirt.
Yeah.
Or New Sunnydale could be a new magic. Maybe they use magic to fix it. There's so many possibilities. Also, the Zimmerman sisters, I believe they're sisters, are confirmed on the show as well for writing and producing.
Okay.
They're known for The Wilds and other teen-centric shows. I don't know them for anything, but they're confirmed for the show.
We need to be the trio.
No, thank you. So let's see what we don't know yet. I feel it has here in the notes that we don't know what network is getting it, but isn't it confirmed that it's Hulu? That's what I've seen. I've seen Hulu. I think that so far they haven't actually, ordered a pilot just yet.
They did.
I didn't see that anywhere.
Yeah, they ordered the pilot. Everything's a go.
If you guys find out that's not correct, Alex's IG. Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Robbie?
Hulu is what I've heard, but I don't know if it's confirmed or not.
It's greenlit.
Okay, so now we are going to talk about theories and story possibilities. This is definitely what you guys watching. Definitely comment below and let us know what you think. Also, please be sure to hit like and subscribe. I forgot to mention that. If you're enjoying it so far. And so theories and story possibilities. Anybody want to go first on what they're thinking? Where we're going to pick up from?
I think that a good thing would be for them to reverse that all potential players be awakened. I think it would be, like, in the bigger picture of things, problematic. What couldn't you be with an army of players? So there's really no, in my opinion.
But just like Faith, just because they're all good players, just because they're all players doesn't mean they're all good intentions. Some could be evil, some could be neutral and be like, I'm not doing this.
In this, like, just that there's this one Slayer they're focusing on right now. Maybe it'll be like an anthology type thing, but it just feels like he's the focus. So, if there's an army of players, why would that be? I think it would be better for them to reverse that and just have the chosen one at the end. In my opinion, that's what I think.
I think that it would be really dope to keep everything like how the story ended, and it's to open as Buffy saves the pregnant mom, and the baby that she was pregnant with is the new Slayer, and she saves the pregnant mom from a vampire, and now she just tells the baby girl about Buffy all the time, so Buffy just looks out for her. Also, I feel like you don't need to really solve, but we don't need to see on screen how if Anya or Cordelia come back. Like it could just be like a brush over comment. Like because so much time has passed, so it could just be one of those things that we'll get a basic well, this is how you're back, and then everybody just be happy about it. Maybe.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
I definitely feel like if they do bring key characters like that back, it needs some good explanation so that it continues to feel canon and not contrived. Not just like, Anya's back because, we just did a simple spell. We need at least some sort of story to explain where she was and what happened and what brought her back, not just like a gloss over. Also, I disagree with you, Robbie. I don't disagree with you. I think the Slayer narrative runs better when there is just one, two, or three Slayers and not thousands, if not millions of Slayers. But also, I feel like that's where they left us, and that's where we should pick up on. And I don't want to kind of like just backtrack it to fit a new narrative. I would rather them, even if they found a way to get rid of them, maybe suppress them as we go on. I don't want them to just erase, what we left off on. We've been waiting, 25 years for the next installment, not counting the comics and everything. And so I personally feel like they need to continue the story where we left off with the events. Not necessarily, we can skip some time, but don't just erase everything that we had just because. Alex? Someone asked, it's not someone. Quentin asked, can a Slayer be a vampire?
That would be cool. Sunday was supposed to be a vampire, that guy, or a
Drusilla.
Slayer that
It
turned
was
vampire.
Drusilla, wasn't it?
I read something that Sunday in college was supposed to be that.
Who the heck is Sunday?
Sunday they go
College.
On what?
Buffy.
season 4, freshman. First episode, season 4, freshman, when she goes to college, and then it's the blonde-haired vampire breaks her
Wait, is that the one?
umbrella award.
Is that the one she kills at the end of the show when Oz and everybody comes in and they're like, "You need some help," and she's like, "No, thanks, I'm good."
Yeah. I mean,
And then
a vampire. I feel like
can a Slayer be a vampire?
they have to be a Slayer first. I feel, and then, but I feel like
That's a good question. I might do that video. That sounds like a good video idea.
come off with it.
Yeah, that was a good one. Can a Slayer be a vampire? I've never thought about it in ever watching Buffy, a Slayer and a vampire.
Yeah. But I like the idea of rogue slayers as well.
I do too.
Women that have. It's about women empowerment and just believing in yourself. So there has to be a few bad eggs like Faith, and maybe Faith is working with them. I don't know.
And so, as we're now discussing theories, that's actually, and I think me and you talked about this a while ago. That's what I would like to see. That's what I kind of thought for the show originally. It doesn't seem like they're going that way anymore, but you've got good Slayers, you've got bad Slayers. Maybe Buffy is working and mentoring the good Slayers. Maybe Faith is, or maybe they're all just doing their own thing. And I initially thought it would be a good premise to have the Slayer, not really the new Slayer, but clearly we have a new Slayer, but the Slayer or the good Slayers kind of trying to work to fight evil, but also get control of this horde of rogue Slayers.
That's Faith's job. Buffy's job is to enjoy her life and then to fight or do whatever the fuck, whatever she wants.
That would be good for Faith though, because she did her redemption arc, went
Yeah,
through the evil
and she
stuff.
can teach them and she can catch them. And Faith is the true Slayer. Before all of them were activated, it was Faith that, was the true Slayer. After Buffy died. Yeah. It was Faith.
Okay, that's what you mean. I didn't know what you meant at first. Because Buffy died, so Faith is the
Buffy just has
standing Slayer.
Layover powers. But I mean, Buffy might be the most powerful Slayer of them all, and that's why she's prophesied. But
And I also saw somewhere too, which we kind of know already, but of course they say that's because of the connections she made with friends and family. That's why she outlasted all the other Slayers, because she had them there. Like when Angel and Xander saved her the first time she died. Had she been a lone Slayer like the rest of them, she would have just laid there dead, and that would have been the end of her. So as far as theories and story possible,
for Nikki, the one Crystal Wood's mom, because she had a life. She even had a kid. So that means that she had a boyfriend.
No, not necessarily.
Well, not necessarily, but she had a kid, and and he was raised up to toddler age. So it must have been hard. I really wish it would have been harder for her to pass. But
Okay, so any more fan theories, story theories?
I think that they're going to deal with John by saying that, since John is a ball of energy, really, energy can never be destroyed, only the flesh. I think that how they'll explain it is that John had to eventually just give up that energy and just go back. And Buffy had no control over that. she might be a little depressed about it, whatever, what happened.
That's actually a really good way to actually
Yeah.
explain it. And rest in peace, Michelle Trachtenberg.
Oh my God, for real, for real.
I
So,
can't. Okay, yeah.
yeah, because now the time has expired to unlock the lock.
Well, then would that mean Glory's coming back? What do you mean unlock the lock?
Glory has been long gone dead, so like you can't.
They
the
used
key
all
for a
the
door lock that's
now
now.
turn her human, and now that there's no reason for her to stay in that human form,
Yeah, it will probably just go out of her. She will probably just.
Well, why didn't they go out in season 6 and 7?
When I think that's I don't know.
Okay, another question. What if she kills a pregnant vampire and rescues the baby, like Blade, and the mom lies to Buffy to keep the baby alive, but Buffy doesn't know what to do, so she keeps the baby and raises her?
Buffy don't want to take care of nobody else after everything that she's been through. I feel like she had a fake sister.
You know, one thing, speaking of theories that we never really speculated, Buffy could be her mom.
That's what I was just thinking.
For all we know, Buffy could be her mom.
Training her, or whatever.
We're recording. My bad. Go ahead.
Stop acknowledging people. Go ahead, Robbie.
Just the same blood, all of that. Yeah, maybe the new Slayer is Buffy's daughter.
That would be a cool concept, actually. You know, because they've also talked about her Buffy being like a Giles like mentor, watcher.
Yeah.
But Buffy's not a watcher, so I don't agree with that.
His council was blown up, so they have no watcher.
Well, Giles a watcher.
I think all the
Giles is the only watcher.
The council? That's a good
The
idea.
council was blown up.
So
So
all have to be.
maybe the Slayers, maybe the mature Slayers take care of the younger Slayers now, like sisterhood of the traveling state.
So you don't like Buffy being Kira's mom? I actually like that theory a little bit. It's the best way to fit them together because other than that, I don't like if Buffy's there, just go do the slaying and everything. Like what's gonna make the new Slayer
Because if she
so
isn't
special?
a Slayer, she should have a watcher. And
Well, there's no council to give watchers.
That's been done away with because there were guardians and there were watchers, and the guardians watched the watchers, but it was just men. Like when they first made the very first Slayer, Linnea, it was the Shadowmen that made her, and they abandoned her. They just left her to run all throughout, everything by themselves. So the Watchers aren't really needed. What about to say? If it wasn't for her, they just be
Watching Masterpiece Theater?
yeah, Masterpiece Theater. Yeah. Right. Like, what did they do? Giles was an exception, but because Giles was Buffy's father figure.
Okay, because I do feel like we're like jumping all around. You just made a good point. Let's try to stick to that. Let's talk about the main cast of Buffy season 1 through 7.
Okay.
And who we think is coming back, not coming back, etc. What you think about it? So starting from like everybody: Oz, Willow, Tara.
Okay. Well, you already said 3 that I think are coming back.
You think the 3 of them are coming back?
Yeah, either that or might be a little weird, but you know how I feel like Willow could end up with Oz. Like how lesbians sometimes like
You're going too far. You're going too far off the rails. You're going too far off the rails.
Well, Oz is coming back. I feel Willow coming back. I would say.
Well, why? Like, also give okay, Oz. I don't think Oz is necessary, but
the connections between.
I think they
I
all
want to talk about it.
like going through the new.
I guess it's your turn.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. It's your turn now.
Like there's a new generation of people coming up, so then they would call on these people that have gone through similar situations. I'm sure like werewolves are going to come up, all of these things, so that'll be the reason to bring back old characters and kind of, the past reports thing again. Give them the lessons they learned. Try to walk them through the, initiation process.
So again, I guess what I'm trying to get at is let them know who you'd like to see back, who you don't think is coming back at all.
I'll say one name.
No, I want your whole list, but you can give one on your back. Robbie, do you want on your?
He's in a few episodes, but I think he would be a good character to bring back. I mean, he's not a major one, but Oz for sure, though.
For sure, we have to have Cordelia back.
For sure.
We have got to have Cordelia back. I don't know the stories on Angel, so I'm only speaking from the Buffyverse. Even though I know Angel first Buffyverse.
It's like continuation, though. Like there's a lot of characters that show up on that show, and you should watch it.
I'll get to it. So, okay, who else? You guys said Oz, you think. I don't really see a need for Oz. Unless, like you said, a werewolf specific, something comes up and it's referenced, I can see that. I will be fine if Oz doesn't come back. Of course, Willow has to come back. Willow has got to come back.
Willow, that's for sure. Willow has to come back.
I feel like Giles needs to at least make a cameo. He doesn't have to be back very often doing very much, but he does need to show his face at least once or twice, I would like. And again, it all going to depend on what the premise of the show is. He very well may be watching Buffy still or transferring his watchingness to the new Slayer. Who else? I'm trying to go in order, so then I guess like
Season 1. I think that's off of season 1. I don't know about the big bad.
well, we done past season 1 because we're talking about Oz.
Okay, all right. The big bad. I don't.
No, stick to Tara, Dawn, which we already kind of talked about.
Tara could come back too. She had that Buffy podcast with Ebba Caulfield and Drusilla.
Drusilla is also, I forgot about Drusilla and Spike and Angel. See, those are those. So get to those. Who do you think?
I feel Spike is definitely involved. He's being very, very tight-lipped about everything.
And I think Spike,
not Angel.
I think Spike is more important to bring back an Angel as the seasons progress.
For sure.
So I agree with you on that. If they're not bringing them both back, Spike is more important. I did see somewhere where Spike said in like 2004 that if they were going to revive it or continue it, that they would need to do it in like the next 2 or 3 years because he doesn't want to lose the fact that he's a vampire, so he shouldn't be aging. So
That's another theory, though.
The Shansu script.
Yes, and in Angel, he signed it away in the show. So that, it could go to the next one with Soul, which would be Spike, the ensouled vampire. So they could work that in for sure.
And the Shansu script, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, is a prophecy that a vampire with the soul can turn human after they go through
And he saved the
something.
world.
Yeah, after they save the world.
Mhm.
So
that writes that off. He
Yeah.
could very well think all vampires come back if they had stuff like that happen.
correct.
Drusilla, I think if Spike comes back, she needs to come back in some capacity.
100%. At least to slay her finally. God, why did they slay Drusilla? Oh my God, she was so easy to slay, and she made Kendra go away. So I'm very upset about that still.
What about Kendra?
Uh-uh.
Kendra? She wasn't important enough, to be honest. It was a very good story at the time, but it was so short-lived.
And we have other
What was
slayers.
Kendra? Two episodes, I think? 3 maybe?
3 at most.
It was really short-lived, and I think that doesn't allow, for a big I heard it's really necessary. Did we already say Faith? Faith is a must-have.
Faith, she retired from acting and she's a therapist in Boston, or Eliza Dushku retired from acting. But I feel like you could probably get her back.
I do too, for
And
sure.
I think it's necessary. I'd love to have Faith back, even if it's in a shorter capacity. Who else?
Riley Finn.
I don't care.
Too. It would be all right, but if he didn't,
Keep going. Tara. Did we already talk about Tara?
I hope that she would be back.
I
would
would
love to
like to see Harmony. That's who I would like to see.
And she's
She
still
was
alive.
really cool in the Angel show. I loved her.
I would
Yeah.
Did you answer Tara or did you just jump somewhere else?
Would I want to see her back?
And do you think she'll come back?
I think I don't know if she'll be alive, but maybe they can do something
Magic
magically.
spell, and she's a goddess.
Yes, that would be good.
And then
Even if they
that's
talk
how
to her from
Willow's
like
able to talk to her because Tara is a goddess.
But for sure, Tara, that goes without saying.
Yeah,
I would love her back. I read somewhere too, or I saw a video, I can't remember, that there were 2 times I think where they tried to invite Tara back and she didn't want to come back. She didn't kind of want
She
to
was supposed to be the first.
Yep, with
And-
Willow, and she didn't want to talk evil to Willow after sharing such love. And there was another time, I can't think of it right now. Okay, Tara.
Oh, and Conversations with Dead People. That's the one.
That she did that.
Yep.
She didn't want to come back
That's
for
why
it.
she had to be in the library with the
So then I guess,
student.
and I guess then she wouldn't have a problem. Okay, yeah, exactly. That little that
She
girl.
was supposed to be evil and
Yeah.
saying all of that stuff to
But if she
Willow.
played a good character,
Yeah,
like
no
a goddess, and
For sure.
Willow could summon her to ask her for more help, more strength. Yeah, I think that would be really dope.
Are we missing anybody? What about Andrew?
Andrew, yeah, Andrew has to come back.
And he was actually on the Angel too, like being
Andrew.
part of the team collecting the new players or hunting them down, finding them to take them back with.
Buffy. So.
Yeah. Or he might be. Didn't he say that he was a watcher when he went to
I
Angel?
think so. Yeah.
I think he said that he was watching all the Slayers. He's a watcher now.
I could go either way. Jonathan passed away. And
Oh, did he really?
no, not in real life, in the show. And Warren. I feel like Warren would be good to. No, I have it backwards. Warren passed away. Willow off Warren.
Yes, but then also Jonathan, the first sacrifice, Jonathan.
Andrew stabbed him.
Yeah, Andrew.
In Buffy?
Yep.
Yeah, to open the seal.
We're talking Buffy.
I know it was in Buffy. To open
The
up
last
the seal
season.
of that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I thought you were talking about an angel.
Yeah. Let me see. Other than that, I don't know of anybody that is like super needed to come back.
Are we missing anybody?
So, I guess the character, but do you think the first will come back? I mean, they didn't kill it. They just.
But so fucking let's see. Who else?
Are we missing anybody?
I don't think so.
Danny Carpenter.
Calendar?
Calendar, Carpenter, whatever. Who am I thinking of Carpenter?
Charisma Carpenter.
Yeah, he's literally just saying anybody right now.
Did we cover everybody? What about any of the players that were awoken at the end of season 7?
Vi needs to come back.
I don't like any of them.
Forget her name.
Oh, do not let Willow still be with that annoying.
Yeah, Kennedy. No Kennedy?
No, that was never gonna last anyway.
So none of those players really represent one?
Vi, the redheaded short girl, I really liked her. She was cool. Molly was my favorite, but she got, you know.
Okay, make sure we don't mention anybody else.
I don't think that we are. I can't think of anybody else. I really can't think of anybody else. Oh, Joyce.
No, Joyce can't come back.
Yeah, Joyce can't come back.
That's exactly how it should have. Joyce had a great run. She was impactful, but I don't think she can mess with it.
Yeah, Joyce is coming back. Aww. She can't hear you.
I'm not saying anything.
That's the problem.
That's it. I mean,
Yeah.
He didn't say anything about Joyce.
I feel like what she said is right. It was a natural,
I'm sorry, the microphone's picking you up. My bad. Yeah, my bad. But but what was I gonna say? What's the next
camera or focus on the line?
focus? But what is the next? What's the next
What
question?
time frame do you guys think it should be set in? Do you think it should be immediately after, like right when?
Yeah.
Immediately after, like right when? Should it pick up at the scene? Y'all know what I mean. Should it pick up at the very end, or should we jump like years?
Jump. You need the time jump. You need the time jump.
I agree. I think time jump.
what do you mean?
Should the show start season 1, season 8, episode 1, however they do it, with them at the Hellmouth, with it closed and they drive off in the bus?
No.
No, I feel like we should get. I don't know. Like you want to hear the whole story, but I feel like it should be the same amount of time that's passed. And then little flashbacks that.
I think it would be cool if the first 3 or 4 minutes maybe closed out the very end if they could. Even though I guess it would be hard because of all the aging of everybody. Dawn's not there. Where'd she go all of a sudden? But it would be cool if they could start and, give
fill in the gap.
I don't like that.
then time jump.
I don't
That
like
would
that
be
idea.
You just want them to jump straight into a different time.
Because Chloe, the new Slayer, is coming from like different. Is that the new Slayer's name? The actress, the new Slayer, the one that's taking over.
I know her name. I'm drawing a blank now.
Okay.
Ryan.
She's gonna be Ryan. Okay.
Yeah, Ryan here
Armstrong.
Yeah. She's gonna be taking over the mantle, and it's gonna be like set nowadays. So, yeah.
But you don't agree they could open giving us a few
Maybe a flashback
I
as the
think-
season goes on, but I don't think that it needs to start there. I think it needs to start with like how Buffy always starts, a vampire attacking person, and that's how it goes.
Slowly the story builds and you figure out what's happened. I like that.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. because we need to also make sure that it doesn't live in the shadow of the old series.
I hope it does live in the shadow.
No, it's going to be a new shadow, especially if we want to go on past one season. You know, it has to be its
It needs
own.
to tell a story. If that show would start that day and that's all people have seen of it.
X-Men 1997 though.
Yeah, that's why it's going to be a lot of backstory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it didn't pick up exactly where they left off, but I don't know. It felt like a shadow of the old show. It didn't feel like a new show, and
Yeah.
that's why I liked it. I've watched it like 2 or 3 times now. It feels like too much of a new show, I might lose interest. Like if the new players, we love Buffy because of Buffy. We love Buffy the series because of the Scoobies and their adventure and their relationships. I personally feel like if it goes too far off from that, I might not be able to get into it. What are some? That's a good next topic to go into. What are things you guys are worried about for the new show?
It to be too teeny bopperish.
That's exactly what I mean, and that's why I wanted it to stay in the shadows.
Well, it's going to stay in the shadow a little bit, but also it's going to be for like the new age people that are coming into it.
So it's gonna forget the loyal fan base and just
No, I think Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to make it a perfect balance of
New and old.
yeah. Her old fans are going to like the continuation, and newer fans are going to be able to enjoy it without seeing the old or having that
Yeah.
nostalgia that we do. You know.
And we can't get our hopes up that she just said that she wants everybody that died to come back. Because really and truthfully, what I think she's trying to say by that is she knows who's going to come back and they already had died. So when she has said that, then it's sort of like, okay, I know this character is going to come back, but we don't need everybody that had passed to come back. Because everybody, like, their story arcs are complete. It's just certain ones that we would like to see.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is right. But, whatchamacallit?
What? I don't know how well my voice is picking up.
But,
Subscribe, Alex.
a crab?
Subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Subscribe. Because we'll be doing this better and more to prove as it keeps on going on. What year do you guys think is coming out?
I think next year. I think like mid next year. Summer of next year.
Yeah.
2026 also.
For sure, it's not coming out this year. That
Yeah.
much I know. I'm hoping mid 2026 or even late, knowing how things go.
I feel like they have more done than they're saying though. I hope they do.
So did you guys say any worries you have about the show? Where you think it might go that maybe you wouldn't like?
Where how Buffy was like a metaphor for life and all these things you go through growing up and all of that. I hope it's not just like to slap you over the head with it, woke as they say, trying to
Like so many shows.
hit all those boxes. Yeah, just let it speak for itself. Buffy did it in a way that just did it, and it wasn't too much.
I think that we're in safe hands, and I just want to trust them to have the imagination and the passion behind the story of what we want. We just gotta trust them. Like they make box office movies and all the stuff. They're not gonna let all this money and all of us down. So I think that we're in very good hands.
Well, I don't know because a lot of reboots and a lot of remakes have let lots of us down.
And the big fact that Sarah Michelle Gellar is a
Yeah, we
big
got
part
the
of it.
main one back.
Without Joss being there, I get that's a big deal, but she's not going to let it. She's going to see it all before it hits.
But she does need to be in every episode.
I agree. That's a good point.
She has to be in every episode because if she's not,
Going back
hard
to
to
it,
watch.
going back to it again, I really wanted it to be centered around her. I didn't care that she was older. She's older because she was.
Because it would be a new set of stories.
Yeah, exactly. I thought they could show along with just her.
Yeah.
But clearly that's not happening, so it doesn't really matter. What I wanted, apparently. Sarah Michelle Gellar, if you're watching this, reach out to me. I've got some tips for you.
And I just want to be casted on the show.
Oh my God, that would be great.
I will play like the Xander nowadays, for sure.
So do you guys have any ideas? I really don't have ideas in this category, but besides vampires, what type of monsters, what type of villains? Do you feel like it should of course vampires, but besides that, I'm trying to think, was any big bad besides the Master a vampire? No. Like the big bad of the season, if they still follow that. Because I'm correct, right? Only season 1, Big Bad, the Master, was a vampire. Everybody else was, God,
Maybe
robot,
like a real
willow,
demon.
witch.
Maybe like a real demon. I don't think they've. Well, the first is the first evil. I don't think that they ever faced like a demon, like a real big one. You know?
Do you think it should still follow that kind of same
Yes,
seasonal arc where there's a big bad and lots of little bads in between?
I do.
100%. 100%. And I think that they should go confidently in the direction that they will be renewed. So they need to just go and give us something to look forward to. Like, don't give it all to us for the first season. Like, others should come back later on in the season, but just don't just throw everything in a pot. You know?
I also saw something about them saying they wanted Buffy to be a little bit more diverse, which I think is what you were saying earlier. Because in my opinion, Buffy was pretty diverse, especially for 25 years ago. I mean, we had homosexual relationships,
Yeah,
ethnicities of all types.
yeah.
I mean, I guess the main cast was all white except Kendra, which she wasn't really a main cast. But I feel like it was diverse
Yeah.
as it was, and that's not something that's really important to me moving forward.
They just need to follow they just need to follow the formula, and they'll be all right. And everyone's a fan of it that's working on it. So, and there's so many script writers that want to be a part of it that love Buffy. So I just know for a fact that they're gonna wham bam it up. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
All right, well, let's get ready to wrap it up. Can you guys think of anything we haven't covered?
What's your favorite season?
Oh, that's a good one, Alex.
Yeah.
My favorite season. Can I pick 3?
No, just one.
My favorite season, Robbie. What's your favorite season?
I've got to think about it.
I
I'll go
have
back
mine.
and forth.
Season 5
Season 5 is what's popping out of my mouth as well. But the more I watch,
should have ended.
the more I watch, I really do get into season 6. Back then, when I was first watching it, and we went from mystical, magical season 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and then jumped into season 6, which was so much more grounded and down to earth. Season 6 was kind of like, this is slow. But the more I rewatch season 6 nowadays, I really do love season 6, and its story is more about real life, where we still have the monsters and the villains and the evil in it, but it really touched on real life. It's like we took it from a fantasy sitcom. I don't know if sitcom's the right word, but we took it from a fantasy show into a real life show that still had the fantastical elements, but we really focused on everyday real people struggles. Not even as metaphors. I guess we kind of dropped a lot of the metaphors and went to
Supernatural took a back
real.
seat.
Yeah. So I love season 5, especially because I love Glory.
Yeah,
But I really love season 6 as well.
yeah. Robbie?
I would probably say season 6 too. I haven't rewatched in a long time, but speaking on what you were talking about, I like how they take a back seat, like with the supernatural stuff, and it's more about real life problems, and they're going through it. It is a darker season, but it's more like real life instead of the metaphor stuff. You know, but season 5, I do.
I love season
The
5.
best villain.
Yeah. The best moments in it, like, it really just struck a chord with me. I was just like, wow, this is how it should have ended. But I'm very happy that it didn't end, but I'm not very proud of season 7 either.
I love season 7 too.
Mm-mm.
What's your least favorite season?
4.
Blah, blah, blah. I would say maybe 3.
I'm somewhere between 3 and 4.
Yeah, I like 4.
And kind of season 1 too.
I mean,
I like
really count season 1.
on a rewatch, season 1 is so slow and so blah, but on your first time watching it, it's all you have to go off of. Season 1 is like, this is great, this is it. We don't know how great it can get. But rewatching, like I've been trying to review season 1, and I think I've got to episode 5, and it's just so hard to review season 1. I really want to get to the good stuff to season 5 to season 6.
It's the nostalgia of it all, you know? You just gotta hold on to that. But yeah, season 3 for me, even though it introduced Faith and everything like that, I just, other than Faith, season 3 was just for me.
And season 4 was that type of slow, blah. The beer is bad episode's my least favorite episode.
I was gonna ask Lisa.
Yeah, beer. Yeah, I hated
Buffy
that season.
strong.
So that's your least favorite?
Yeah.
House was your least favorite episode?
My least favorite. Okay, give me a second.
Or give your most favorite if it comes up quicker, and then
Most favorite episode was the
most favorite's not a
the
word.
season finale of season 5. That's my favorite episode. Which you passed. Well, the gift. The gift is my favorite episode.
Robert, did you give yours?
No, I have to think about it. I don't
I
really.
don't know that I have a least favorite episode. There's a lot of episodes.
My least favorite, I probably would say the one, season 1, the hyena. When it went to
That one was terrible.
yeah. That one. How the hell? I just want if they remake this, I want the Slayers to be super strong. No more of this. Oh, I could barely open up this door, but I could jump over this whole thing.
Yeah.
Or like you can't turn your powers on and off. I just want it to be on. Like
Maybe
the
she
whole
can turn
time.
them on.
Like a light touch. I mean, with the new Slayer, like Buffy was new, you gotta. It takes some time to actually be able to use a light touch and shit. But like, I don't know. I just didn't. I feel like they should always be strong with everything.
I think my favorite episode is always going to be The Body.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That episode is just so touching, and so it's just, I think they took the music and all the sound effects out of the episode, the entire episode. It's just, 5 years, Joyce felt like mom.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, The Body's always going to be my favorite. I don't think I have a least favorite, to be honest.
Shout out to
Quite a few.
Christian
Sutherland.
Sutherland. Shout out.
Is Joyce?
Mama
We already said that,
Joyce.
right?
Yeah, Joyce is not.
Bobby,
Thinking about it, I would say favorite episode for me is the musical because
that's up there too.
so much stuff gets brought out. It pushes the story forward really fast. Like so many stories get pushed.
That is
Spike
one
and
of the best,
Buffy.
yeah.
So I really like that one.
The friend finding out that she was in heaven.
Tara finding out her mind was messed with.
Jaws leaving. That is actually that's
Yeah.
up there. I still go with The Body. That would be my second, I think. And the music was really good too. Alex, we had the disc. I
Yeah.
used to ride around in the car listening to the Buffy musical on CD,
Okay.
listening to it as we drove.
Okay.
Like it was real music. But that's how much it was touching. Do we need to talk about anything else before we wrap up, or are these people sick of y'all?
I think that, it's about that time that we need to report to the graveyard to go slay.
Well, we already came prepared. So.
You already know.
So that pretty much wraps it up. As Alex said, we'll get back together as soon as we can, especially if there are more updates to go over them. We'll be a little bit better next time than we were this time. This is our first time, guys. Give us a little grace.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty well. We were a little bit all over the place, but overall we did well. If you did enjoy the video and you want to see more Buffy-centric everything, please be sure to like and subscribe. Also, check out my next video. It's coming out this Friday. It's going to be these 2 Buffy episodes that were banned. So it's a pretty good video. I'm about halfway through working on it.
Earshot is one of those.
Don't
Oh, sorry.
ruin the surprise.
Oh, my bad.
But so yeah, if you enjoy this type of content, definitely hit like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Like we said, we'll be back with more Buffy content soon. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care.
Bye. See you later.
Now we've got to awkwardly walk up to the laptop and turn it off because I don't have. I'm like, Chris, do you want to come make a cameo? You've been sitting here. You want to tell Chris, tell the people hello. You've been hanging out with us. And this is our new friend, Chris. He was hanging out with us. And then behind the scenes, this is the producer of today's episode.
Yes, I don't think he's a vampire, but we'll find out.
All right, you guys, take care.
I love that. I just looked at the movie on tennis.
Do I hit it like this?
I honestly don't know. You could also hit that X right there. This has to be in the video. I'm so mad this has to be in the video.